All right, we're rolling. What we got today?
So today we're going to make eclairs.
Woo!
Everyone thinks they're really difficult to make, but they're actually super easy. Even Faye can make them. So.
Here, actually, I should probably do this video.
Yeah,
Do you want to switch?
you would be able to do this.
Not under pressure.
No, so we're going to start by making the choux pastry. So you need a saucepan, wooden spoon, and then we'll put the recipe at the end again with all the quantities. But diced butter into your pan, and then water, and then you're just going to bring that to the boil so the butter all melts. So we'll maybe come back in a couple of minutes. Just leave it to melt and then start bubbling. Okay, so you can see it's kind of bubbling a little bit. All the butter's melted, so that's perfect. Take it off the heat. And then you're going to tip in your flour. You don't need to sieve it or anything.
Whack it in there.
Plain flour. And then just mix. And you need to...
Get your guns out.
Yeah, because you want it to all come together and not be lumpy.
Oh, it's steaming.
Sorry. So mix it all together, keep mixing, and you see it all like comes into a ball and like leaves the side of the pan. So that's perfect, that's just how we want it. And then you're just gonna wait a couple of minutes for it to cool down slightly before you add your egg, otherwise your egg will turn to scrambled egg. So just leave it a couple of minutes. Okay, so just like test it with your finger to see that it's not too hot, so that's perfect. And then you want 2 eggs, give them a little whisk, and we're gonna add them slowly. So not all at once, so just a little bit. Oh, good one, I'm up. Bit slower than that.
Nice and slow.
Oh, well. And then mix it together, and you'll see it kind of starts to separate, but you want to bring it back together, so you just got to work with it, keep beating it. If it looks like scrambled egg, your eggs are too hot and you might need to start again. So keep working with it. This is okay. This is how it should look. It like separates a bit, but then as you see, the more you start, the harder you work.
Come on.
Then it's gone back together again. So that's good. Then add your next
little bit of
egg.
There we go.
And do it again. And just keep doing this until you've added all your egg into your mixture. So all the eggs added now, so it should look something like that. It's kind of gloopy. So this is the fun part. Now we need to get it into a piping bag. Probably most of you don't have a piping bag, neither do I actually. So we're just gonna use like food bag. And you're just gonna put it all into here, because then you can cut the corner off and create your own piping bag. So just try and maybe fold it down, not get it too far up the edges, and just spoon it in. We'll come back because I'll get Faye to give me a hand. It's easier as a 2-person job. Okay, so we've got all the mixture in our makeshift piping bag, and then what you're going to do is just get your tray ready, big tray, lined with greaseproof, and then you're going to cut the corner of your piping bag off and just start to make kind of like little sausages. They don't have to be too far apart. They will puff up. But yeah, just try and do as neat as you can with your little makeshift bag. But you just want to squeeze it out, and I mean you can make massive ones if you want, but this is the general size I go for. Okay, so they're all ready on your tray. The last one looks a bit ugly, but that's fine. We're gonna bake them in a hot oven, so 200 degrees for 10 minutes. And then reduce it, so then after the 10 minutes go to 170 for about 15 to 20 minutes. We'll show you what they look like, but the hot oven makes them kind of like puff up, and then they finish cooking in the lower oven. So 10 minutes to begin with at 200.
Get those bad boys in.
Sorry, nothing's in the wrong place. Okay, so 10 minutes, so you want to move them.
Or change your oven.
Or, yeah, sorry.
Change the temperature on your oven.
We're moving. So they've like puffed up a bit. So we're gonna let them go like golden brown in there. So 15 minutes, check after 15 minutes.
Do you reckon, Das? Das, what do you reckon? Okay.
Okay, so whilst your eclairs are finishing off in the oven, you... Stop it! I'm getting distracted. You can whip your cream, so 300 mils.
Double cream.
Double cream, yeah.
Where'd you get that from?
Co-op, where else? They'll sponsor me one day. With an electric whisk. Well, you can do it by hand, but that might take you a while.
And you're whisking in front of all your cookery books. Look at all those cookery books.
So I like to just finish off doing it with a spoon, so you don't over whip it. So you just want you want it whipped, but not like really thick. So that's like still quite smooth, but holding together. So that would be good cream, I would say.
Good cream consistency.
And whilst the eclairs are just finishing off, you've done that, you can get your things ready for your icing. So you need the chocolate, butter and icing sugar. So I've just got a glass bowl because we're going to melt it over a pan, and then I can break my chocolate. God, that's solid.
Come on, guns.
Break my chocolate up.
It's a dark chocolate.
And we're gonna melt that together. But you can wait until your eclairs are out before you do that. And then I've just weighed out my icing sugar. So 15 minutes that's been. See how then.
Ooh, check them out.
So yeah, they look good to me. They're golden, puffed up. So what you want to do is straight away, excuse me, you need to open them to let the steam out. So get a cooling rack, and then you're just going to take each one, and I've got like a serrated knife, and slice into it, and then you need to let the steam come out, and then it can just sit on the cooling tray. So you can see they're all like airy and bubbly inside.
Perfect.
I mean, I'd say they're pretty good, yeah.
I'm pretty proud of myself right now.
Okay, now we'll make our icing just whilst they're cooling a little bit. So you've already done your chocolate and your butter. You need 2 tablespoons of just cold water. She says. And then over a pan. And we're just going to melt that together in there. Okay, so once that's all melted, just take it off the heat, and then you're going to add your icing sugar, which I'd sieve. So just sieve that in. Okay, so once you've stirred it, it should look like a gloopy kind of chocolate icing. And then it's time to fill them. So we'll start with our cream, and I'd maybe use like a teaspoon, and you just want to fill it with cream and close them up. And you just work your way through, do all the cream first, and then we can move on to the chocolate icing. Some people pipe this in, but I prefer just to spoon it, otherwise you kind of pipe out all the air. So yeah, work your way through. So once you've put cream in all of them, you're just gonna do the icing. So you just want to like spoon that on. It ends up being a bit messy. And then work your way through those ones. So once they're all filled, you can put them in the fridge for a couple of minutes, well, like 5-10 minutes, just to kind of set them a bit, or you can just eat one. But yeah, if you store them, I'd store them in an airtight container in the fridge because of the cream. So yeah, enjoy.
All right. Hi guys, come into the picture now for the taste test.
It's not the tea you're tasting.
And eclair. Cheers.